Welcome, dear viewer, to a tale where a man's unexpected journey led him to discover the true melody of love in the most extraordinary of circumstances. Enjoy the story of how a chance encounter transformed lives, bringing together two souls destined to find each other. On Life Pages, we present the story of Alex, a young man whose life was dictated by the expectations of his family. Alex's parents always dreamed he would become a musician, just like everyone else in their family. From an early age, his life was consumed by lessons, rehearsals, and performances, leaving him no time to be a normal kid. If you had woken Alex up in the middle of the night and asked what he hated most in the world, he would have instantly said music. But of course, he kept this to himself, fearing the disappointment of his parents, especially his grandmother. Everything changed when Alex was in the 8th grade. His shelf was already filled with awards and trophies from various music competitions when a new girl named Emma joined his class. Even years later, Alex remembered how his heart skipped a beat and then started racing in a completely new rhythm when he first saw her. She was beautiful, like an angel, and Alex, a skinny, pale boy always carrying some musical instrument, knew he didn't stand a chance. For a week, Alex watched Emma from afar, gathering the courage to approach her. Finally, he worked up the nerve. "Hi," he said, his voice trembling. Emma looked at him with her large, surprised eyes. "Hi." "Can I walk you home?" Alex asked, his heart pounding. Emma laughed, sizing him up. "No, if the wind blows you away, I'll have to take the blame. And if bullies attack us, I'll have to rescue you." The whole class burst into laughter, and Alex ran home, humiliated. His grandmother met him at the door. "What happened? Why aren't you at music school, and what's with that scruffy look?" In a burst of emotion, Alex hurled his violin onto the couch and yelled, "I hate music school. I hate music school. I hate music and I'm not doing it anymore." His grandmother clutched her heart, and Alex locked himself in his room. From that day on, something changed in him. He flatly refused to play music anymore. His grandmother took valerian drops, his mother cried, and his father remained ominously silent. His father understood, having gone through similar emotions at Alex's age, wishing he could be out fishing with his friends instead of practicing music. After numerous attempts to get him back into music, including visits to a psychologist, Alex remained resolute. He joined a sports team, took up swimming, and began living a completely different lifestyle. His mother cried again, his grandmother took more valerian, and Alex often came home with a bloody nose. He never touched music again. When it was time to choose a college, his family weakly suggested music or arts college, but Alex declared he wanted to join law enforcement. His grandmother had to be taken to the ER, and now his mother was on valerian drops. Unfortunately, Alex failed the medical exam for law enforcement, so gritting his teeth, he applied to medical school instead. The women in his family sighed in relief until they discovered that Alex wanted to specialize in forensic pathology. Years later, Alex had become a respected forensic pathologist, working closely with his best friend and superior, Ben. They shared a strong bond, both in their professional and personal lives. One day, during a routine day at work, Alex's life took an unexpected turn. A new department head, Lieutenant Colonel Martin, had just taken over, and he was infamous for being a tyrant. Martin was disheveled, reeked of alcohol, and had a reputation for being shady. One day, he stormed into Alex's office, demanding an autopsy report to be rushed. The body was that of a young woman with a heart condition, and Martin insisted it was an expected death, pushing Alex to release the body quickly. But as Alex prepared for the autopsy, something felt off. The young woman, Sophie, looked too peaceful, almost as if she was still alive. Alex made a small incision and was shocked to see her skin twitch. Leaning closer, he realized she had an extremely rare condition. Her heart was on the right side. It was faint, but she was still alive. Without hesitation, Alex called Ben for help. Together with a doctor, they revived Sophie, discovering she had been drugged. The situation was much more sinister than it first appeared. Sophie had been hired to clean a mansion where the lieutenant colonel and his associates were partying. When she rejected Martin's advances, he knocked her out and injected her with something, mistaking her reaction as death. Alex and Ben quickly devised a plan. They moved Sophie to Alex's home, where she could recover safely. When she awoke, Sophie was terrified but grateful for Alex's intervention. She revealed everything she remembered, which led to the arrest of the corrupt lieutenant colonel. Months later, Ben became the head of the department, and Alex's life had changed dramatically. He and Sophie grew close during her recovery, and they eventually fell in love. Sophie, who turned out to be an accomplished violinist, helped Alex rediscover his love for music. At their wedding, for the first time in years, Alex picked up the violin again, and together, they played a romantic melody that brought everyone to tears. The story of Alex and Sophie is one of courage, unexpected love, and the rediscovery of passion. It's a tale that reminds us all that life can take us on unexpected paths, but those paths often lead us to where we truly belong. Thank you for joining us on Life Pages. Subscribe to our channel for more stories of love, resilience, and the extraordinary journeys of ordinary people.